Hello YouTube buddies! Welcome back to Forest Village, and before we start new episode guys, I'm gonna mention a few things. Now first of all, thank you very much to Danilo Coronado, who gave me a huge list of things to do to actually improve the gameplay, or at least as far as we are. So let me tell you what Danilo recommended. He recommended that we had an idle clay miner, which that was true. This guy was selected but wasn't doing nothing, so it's out of the way. That's been corrected. Now he mentioned as well a strange innkeeper with no inn. Well, I am afraid to say, Danilo, I don't think that was right, because at the time of looking at it, nobody was selected in here. I don't know if you maybe looked something else in this area, you got confused. Okay, now we have millers with no grain up in the mill, which has been sorted as well. And what else? Oh, the bakers as well. I stopped the bakers and the millers. Okay, so that is all sorted as well. Now we have a weaver with no flags. Okay, but we got 32 clothing. This is all the points that Danilo mentioned. Okay. Now he mentioned as well to do an orchard, which actually I did. Look at that. Look at that. I have 3 farmers working on the orchard, and look the amount of fruit. Look at that. So thank you very much, Danilo, for that tip. That definitely works. Which, by the way, I strongly recommend you, based on all my mistakes, to open this orchard very early game. And this is going to produce 1,000 times more than gatherers. Gatherers is just doing absolutely nothing. So I don't have any, either winter or no summer. I'm not going to use them from now on. I prefer to use the orchard people. Okay. And he mentioned as well that a teenager can actually gather about 800 food in about 16 clicks. I haven't looked into that yet, because as I said, I have this little orchard here with 3 people, and they are collecting apples like absolutely mad. Brilliant. Now look at the vegetables, guys. 3,870. Why? Because I had all 5 fields producing potatoes. I just changed this one to flags, okay? Because we need flags. And obviously, I need to select again here. And this is just left to be harvested on the rest of the season. We're in fall. So as soon as this is finished, we take all the farmers away. Okay. Another thing is that I took these houses away because I want to make a better space in between the houses and the road. So this is going to be next. Brilliant. And what else? Well, pretty much that's it. Now, other thing I want to mention, guys, is that I have started a new village, a new town. Still, it's going to be Harvest Town, because that is the way we want it to be named. But I thought that you guys that are all time watching deserve a better look in terms of this village, because at the moment it looks nice, but this thing could look 100 times better. So I have started to do offline. You will have daily videos, and whenever I catch up at exactly the same situation where I am now, I will switch the town, okay? But don't worry about it. It's going to be exactly the same everything, okay? Maybe a different map even, but the situational building is going to be all the same, okay? So there you go. That out of the way. Let them go. Crank it up to 5, as you can see. And let's see what happened in this episode, guys, because food is a huge issue. Thank you God that these guys now they're going, look, this is really cute actually. Have all the apple trees, and they are collecting all the apples and all that. It really is really cute, really cute. Okay, and of course you can actually ascend together immediately. So that is what they are going to do. Okay, hunters are doing very well. Fishermen are trotting along. They are not too bad. But look the amount of flour, guys. But as Danilo said, no grain whatsoever. Okay. The amount of hides, look at this. And by the way, the herbalist, these guys are going to collect herbs to bring, of course, to the healer shop. So as you can see, nobody's ill. Thank you God for that. Oh, and by the way, another thing I want to mention, look, I moved the payas from here here next to the beach. Okay, why? Because I think I'm going to place here a couple of fields eventually, maybe wheat and flax, and then use all this for potatoes. Okay, let's see how it goes. See how it goes. I'm going to build here a couple of chicken coops, 10 by 10s, and hopefully this will start getting a bit more interesting as we go. Of course, new buildings have to come to play as well, like the school, for example. We need that school big time. But so far, so good. Challenging? Absolutely. This game will trash you if you are not careful. I said from day one, the balance that you need to get between the food, the villages. By the way, look at this firewood. You need to keep that balanced as well, because it happens to me that I have died like 3 or 4 times. And I want to mention as well, guys, I've been looking at other guys playing this game just to see if I was doing something wrong, because it got really difficult at one point. And I found out that the majority of guys playing this game play with mods. And between others, there is a mod that help you to keep economy balanced. I'm not using any mods whatsoever, okay? So that's why I think I found this a bit challenging, okay? But what's the point in playing with mods? I know if you want to create a city aesthetically to show to your viewers, well, that's fair enough. But, you know, I wouldn't do a walkthrough or let's play kind of thing if you're using mods. That's my personal opinion. Okay, so I'm not using any mods whatsoever. But I was saying that you need to keep that balance between the firewood to make sure that everyone is warm in winter. That kills me a couple of times. Another thing that killed me was the lack of food. That went as well. Something that killed me as well was everyone getting ill. So obviously we opened the healer shop, and so we did the pyre, so all the deceased people can actually be born in there. By the way, if I haven't mentioned this, let's talk a bit about the pyres. Each pyre can cremate one citizen, dead citizen at a time. Okay, you only can do one at a time. I have 2. Sometimes you have a big plague or whatever, and people, you have 5, 6 people dying, and obviously it's not enough. But hopefully that won't happen. Okay, that is the way pyres work. You have they will burn one dead citizen at a time. Okay. And you only, there is another building that you can actually do 5 at a time, which is a burial, I believe. But we will get into that at some stage. Okay? That said, I think it's time to open chicken coops in a second. And we need to be very aware of wild animals, because I have the experience when we opened this chicken coop. We had that fox coming and kill the chicken straight away. And that wasn't funny. I'm going as well. How are we doing with resources? Look, resources are doing very well indeed. So, I'm going to place the other houses in here, I think. And see how we get along. Let me just... There we go. Right there. I'm going to place it right here. Let me just make sure that... Yeah, that's pretty much the same right there, to leave a nice space in between the roads and the houses. That's something that I didn't take much notice when I started, and all the roads are wonky and things, and I absolutely hate it. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to start a new city. So you can see a good example of what this could look if played properly. I'm not saying that's going to be the best town or city that you have seen, of course not. But together we can actually do pretty much. So going back to Danilo Coronado, thank you very much, man, for all the tips. That really helps, and this is what is so good about being in networks like this one. That you have really nice people that give you hands, and it's so well appreciated, because there's so many trolls around and so many stupid people that just want to make your life impossible for no reason. But of course, you have the good side of this network, like Captain Kent, for example, or Danilo, and of course all of you, they stay there every single day. But thank you very much. So let's chatty, let's get on with the play. We are speed 5, only winter, year 18, plenty of food. Oh, it's just, it is beautiful. Right, So these guys have finished working in here. Yes, they have. Let's get him out of here real quick. And I'm going to ask him to start collecting some resources real quick as well. Because that's something else that you can't forget. You can't forget to collect resources, guys. Because this game is not forgiven, you know. You make a mistake, you will pay for that badly. Badly, badly. Look, 21 labor. I'm going to crank that to 3 builders. Now, how are we doing? We have 9 fishermen, which are producing some fish as they go. 9 hunters producing meat. Thank you very much. We have... let me check these guys, actually. Yeah, we need to take them out, obviously. Season is gone. And they have to be out. Okay? How are we doing with flags? No flags whatsoever. So do we have here a... No, we don't have anyone doing weavers. Now, one thing I was wondering about is these hides. What do you do with them? Well, later on in the game, you can actually use them to produce, I believe, fine clothing or warm clothing. So another advice from Danilo was to keep as many as you can. Don't sell them, don't throw them away, don't do anything wrong with them. Just keep them because we will need them eventually. Okay, we will need them. Wool and flax. With flax, you do clothing, and with wool, I suppose, you do warm clothing. But not too sure what you do with hides. That is something I need to keep an eye on, okay? But we will do that. You know, another thing I could do as well is to go and do some research. But you know what? I want to learn by my mistakes. And I want you guys, like Captain Ken, Danilo, and others, just bring in some tips. And this is what makes this type of game brilliant, is the inclusion of all of you giving tips and advice and all that kind of thing. If I were going to go to Google and Google what every building does and how to place them and all that, what is the point? I think it's better to make a mistake, correct it, and go from there with the help of all of you guys. Okay? Brilliant. The Mila, I'm a bit between the Mila and the Baker. You know, they are beautiful buildings, but you know what? They are just not produced fast enough. They don't produce fast enough. And I am thinking that we are going to have to open a new Mila or a new Baker for that matter. See how it goes. Now, how are we doing with the houses? Look, brilliant. It's nearly up, both of them. Tool reserves are very low. How can I be? Let me check how we're doing here with these guys. Well, they are working, so that's okay. Producing charcoal there, and the furnace is working as well. So we are doing pretty cool. Pretty cool. Low 22 labor, unbelievable. Where's this? Foresters. I'm going to put 2 in there, see what happens, just for the sake of it. Just for the sake of it, see how it goes. Now, housing. Houses are done. Brilliant. Now, you can see here it's much more space now. You see it? The other day, or on the last episode, it was all cramped up, and I really started not to like it very much. And of course, I don't like the spacing in between these houses either. But I wanted to give pretty much the same angle as this for here. But all that is going to be corrected on the new town, which, by the way, will keep the same name. We are in Harvest Town, voted by you guys. Thank you very, very much for that. Okay. Now, fishermen, how are we doing? 3 in each. We have 9 in total. Do we need more fishermen lodges? I don't think so. Fisherman in this game is one of those that it goes very, very slow as well. But it's producing nice amounts of food as we go. So, you know, nice and steady. That's the way I want it. School have to come soon as well. Now, shall we, guys? Shall we get the chicken coops going? What do you think? Let's give it a go. Let's go for food. Oh, for this here. Is that chicken coop? Chicken coop. Now, how are we going to do this, guys? That should be 10 by 10. One there. And another one is going to come down here. Oops. 10 by 10. How close? I don't like it that very much. There we go. 10 by 10. Okay. Right. Hopefully they're going to come in here. We need to keep an eye for wild animals because this is something that we really need to be careful. Okay. Ideally, you want a hunter close by, but we have a hunter here. And I don't think the radius, you see, the radius is so small, guys, that effectively what we do is, or would need a hunter somewhere here to actually get into the radius, but it's just not, it's going to be silly. It's going to be really silly. So this is something that we need to be very, very careful now, okay? Now, do we need guys or villagers here to look after the chickens in winter? Yes, we do. So let me get that one up. And that one up as well. There we go. And we need to be careful here, guys, of wild animals. So I'm going to stay here for a while. I don't want to happen to me again, guys. I really don't want to happen to me again. Why it says we have 3? Oh well. This is what it is. Okay. But what you're saying, guys, I think it's looking pretty cool. Pretty cool. Could look better, as I said, but you know what? Yeah, I think here we are going to have a couple of big fields, I think. One for wheat, one for flax, I think. So we can then just crack on building more population, because that's going to be important. We have 17 at the moment. But as soon as spring arrives, we are going to have to use pretty much everyone to do all the food collection, farming, etc. Okay. Now, do we have any foxes around? That's something I want to really check on that as well. I want to check on that. You can miss that. If you miss it, we are going to have chickens to be killed again. I'm pretty sure they will come in early spring onwards towards summer. Or the wild animals, I think. I don't think they will come in winter, but I don't want to take the risk. You know, I've been there before, and it's not going to happen again. One thing I would like to happen is that as long as you have someone looking after the chicken, this someone should kill any wild animals around. I mean, you imagine if you have you know, a few of those all scattered around the town. How can you actually control not to be killed? I don't know. Oh look, there's a fox in there. Now, do we... Right, let's slow this down a second. Now, bears won't attack you chickens, okay? Or you farm animals, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm not taking the risk this time. It's a fox up there, and I don't like the fact there's a fox up there. And by the way, we still need to close this fence up, okay? Because I took some of that down. I didn't like how it was looking, so I took it down, and that could be one of the reasons why these wild animals are coming through, okay? And it's coming towards the chicken. Hold on a second. Now, can you kill that fox in there, dude? Can we kill it from here, guys? Are we going to be good enough? What do you think? Let me check. Oh, dude, this is going to be a hell of a shot. No, I don't think we can do it from here. What do you think? Oh, dude. What a shot. Oh, wow. There you go. This is what it is. It is what it is. Now, kill one animal. Okay, we don't want to kill animals. So you can see you can actually get the chicken as well. Okay, that's going to be really interesting. So as soon as we have a couple of chickens in each coop, we are going to relocate some to this big one here, so they can actually produce as much as they want. Oh, hold on a second, we don't have anybody here. No, wrong button, I didn't. There we go. Just better. Okay. Brilliant. Right, how are we doing with ill people? Look, we don't have any ill people. By the way, let me mention as well, guys, now that we are on the subject of hospitals and doctors and things and ill people. You see the amount here? These herbs is from the herbalist, and I'm using only one herbalist. Look, the amount of herbs one guy collects, unbelievable. It's huge. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, you see that fox in there? You see that fox in there, guys? He was going to kill my chicken. He was going to. I can guarantee you that. There we go, sorted. This is what we need to keep an eye. And I'm pretty sure this guy is spawning here. You see what I mean? This is one thing I don't really understand on the game, is that, you know, what's the point in making fences all around the town and whatever if they're going to spawn inside here? Do you imagine that you have a big field with, you say, 20 chickens or whatever, and you miss one of these foxes coming in? Well, you know what could happen, couldn't you? Right, the spring is coming. Let's go put 3 guys in here. 5 in here, of course. So look the amount of food we still have left. That is really good, really good, and so good. The barns are going to be full very soon, I think. But anyway, it is what it is, guys. Right, I'm going to make some flags in here. Right there, we have nearly 2,000. I am wondering, shall we get some wheat in here? I think I'm going to, because we have plenty of food reserves in there. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So we have a total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 should be 9. Why? Oh, that's fine. See? You need to be careful here, guys. Right, there you go. Ready to go to work. Make sure we don't have any foxes or tigers or whatever they want to come in and kill my chicken. No way it's going to happen this time. I am committed to save my chickens. Oh my god, save the chicken. What do you think, guys? Brilliant game overall, I think. I think it's, I am playing offline. I am building mega cities that I want you guys to look. I am doing Cities XXL Mega City, which I'm not going to show online until the whole city is absolutely done. And then, if you want me, I can start from scratch and do a Let's Play series. I am doing Cities Skylines as well, Mass Transit, which is the latest DLC, which I'm going to do exactly the same. Get it all built up, and hopefully when it's all done, looking beautiful, then I show you the whole city. And again, if you want me to, I can do one of those. Banished is going to be the same. Now, many people complained about this game being a copy of Banished. It's a copy. Well, I'm not too sure, but doesn't matter if it is. It doesn't matter. I think graphics-wise, this game is much better than Banished. Graphics-wise, is it perfect? No. Have things to improve? Definitely has. But I think it's absolutely brilliant. I really think this game deserves, a bit more positive comments. I think Banished is not the only city building game that is out there, and any other games coming in are more than welcome. Which, by the way, is a release of a brand new city building game very soon coming out, expected in October, which I already bought. I have been in touch with the developers, and they are going to come very soon, and I'm going to be glad to start that and show it to you as well, guys. So there you go. Okay. Lots of things going on for you guys if you love city building games. And how are we doing? Right, we have nearly 1,500 food. That's not too bad. How are we doing here, guys? How are you doing? Right, they're starting to build up. This is the bad progression, and whenever you want any stage, you just ask them to collect the apples. This is really cool as well, I think, because if you struggle, just ask them to collect. Apply me, and they will collect it for you. Okay. These guys, as always, working hard. Let's blow the horn, because the blowing horn is in order in this game. It definitely is. Keep an eye on this, because talking, I'm going to forget. Now, it's a bear here. I'm not too sure if bear will kill them, Eggs, we don't have any eggs yet. Can we see we have any eggs? Oh, look. They need water and oats, of course. This is another thing that we need to be careful. We need to remember to get some oats going as well. That is why I think we need a couple of fields in here, I think. I think it's going to be an order. And of course, eventually we are going to do pigs and cattle. Look, we have a second chicken, guys. How cool is that? Thank you, God, for the chicken. Hallelujah. All right. Thank you, God, that we have a second chicken. Now this is getting better. Because can we split them, I wonder? Relocate half of the animals, yeah? We can do that. Indeed, we can. But I'm going to wait to have a bit more. Which, it would make sense to do it now, so you have less chances of a fox coming and killing them all. Okay? Because they are spread out in 3 different fields. But I am guarding the post. How would you say? An old man like me playing a game guarding artificial chickens, I would say. Oh God, a file in the computer. How can you say that? But I was saying, I think overall it's a really cool game. Right, let me check the farmers real quick, as we don't have any foxes or wolves around. Let me check another quick look, make sure that nothing bad is going to happen to them. As always, storms and rain. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Nobody's dying, which is very, very encouraging, I think. Where's she going, Sloane? Come on. Go for it, my friend. Go for it. How are we doing with the apples? Well, they're doing something in there. They are doing something in there. Now, what they actually do, because, you know, as you can see, these people on the orchard are planting trees and collecting apples. These, obviously, they are planting or sowing the potatoes, and they harvest it. But what these guys doing here? They're just standing up there, absolutely doing nothing. Can we blow the horn? What are they going to do? Absolutely nothing. Oh, dude. Well, it is what it is. I think these cubes 10 by 10s look really, really cute. What do you think, guys? I think they look awesome. Very, very cute. Where's she going? Now, are we collecting eggs? Is 2 eggs there? Do we need to collect? No, let's kill an animal there. Oh, maybe this one? No, I don't know how they collect the eggs. That's something that I need to look into, actually. So there you go, Captain Kent, if you're there, or Danilo, how you collect the eggs from the cubes. I think they happen automatically, I believe. I believe happen automatically, but there you go. Now, do have different type of chickens? They are white. Oh, look, this is a brownish one. Oh, that's really cool. How cool is that, guys? Very impressive. Very, very impressive. I just absolutely loving it. It really is. And the graphics for everything. Look, the little tiny trees, and they grow up. You want a pie? Well, so be it. I won't want you, but we don't have one. So there you go. How are we doing with grain? Grain is not coming up yet because we just started sowing it, so it's not going to happen. What happened here? Well, it's still working. Brilliant. Well, I'm very, very pleased to say that, you know, we could be successful with the chickens this year. We could be, and that is pretty impressive. I really like that. Should we get a road from here? Now you see, it's not going to happen. Well, they have to have that. Why roads? Well, because they improve efficiency. Okay, this is really important for you to understand. If you think, well, you know, don't bother with roads, they go fast on roads, and of course they improve efficiency. Because if, for example, you are farming here, and they need to bring all the harvest to the barn, if you have a road, they're going to be faster than if you don't, and that could save you definitely from dying. Okay. So there you go. Well, guys, I think we successfully managed to keep the chickens. I'm going to leave it here. Let's call it a episode. Please comment, subscribe, and like. And I hope to see you on the next awesome episode of Forest Village in Harvest Town. Until then, take great care.